Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to dive into the dodecahedron. And I went over a lot of the information in the first Metatron's Cube segment. So we'll just touch on some of the information briefly and then we'll get into drawing. The dodecahedron is really special. And I know that throughout the classes I weave in the significance and how transformational it can be. But I just want to offer testimony. Right, I've been teaching for a long time, and I've sat with people who have had incredible experiences with the geometry, which is why I'm so passionate about it. I know that it can change your life. It's changed my life. It's why I'm sitting here talking with you right now. I have had people coming in for a community college class, and they didn't really know what they were signing up for, and they started drawing. And I have had one woman who began communicating with her deceased husband through the geometry. And I've had another woman heal a traumatic brain injury with the geometry. I've sat with amazing humans experiencing profound transformation and healing. So I'm a big believer. I want to keep sharing these tidbits with you to encourage you and inspire you to take it as far as you can. The geometry is perfectly neutral, so it will reflect whatever your spirit is wanting to learn at the time. It's very gentle. It works with us in complementary and harmonious ways. So all of this is very esoteric, very subtle knowledge, and it is working with us in the most perfect way. So the dodecahedron is actually the perfect representation of that kind of magic, right? And we'll look at it a little bit. We'll try to hint at some of the reasons why it's magical, but you're probably just going to have to find out for yourself by drawing it. So let me share a PowerPoint really quickly. So we talked about 5 Platonic solids, right? You remember the dodecahedron being representative of the immaterial world of energy, ether, chi, prana, life force, you name it, dark matter, anything. This is the geometric representation of it. And part of what I like to do in the classes is bring your awareness to how often these shapes are used in our world, to begin to notice how much they influence our psyche. And the more you become aware of their presence, the more you gain conscious control and creation of your reality. So that's true throughout all of the geometries, right? The dodecahedron is a little bit sneakier. You have to kind of look for it, but it's there. And this is a frame from a movie in, I don't know, what was it, late 1990s, I think, Contact, you might recognize it, which is a movie about contact from extraterrestrial intelligence. And in that film, we are given the codes to build a transport system. And the sphere that you see is the transport vehicle. And you might not have noticed at the time that it's contained in a dodecahedron, right? Very subtle, not so subtle scientific testimony. I love that movie. Also, you might recognize the 12-sided dodecahedron dice, right? Played with all sorts of games influencing our psyche as children. And noteworthy that how subtle it can be in our reality. And last but not least, of course, what do you think? You ever wonder why? Highly significant geometry is all I'm suggesting. Do stop and think about these things. Tune in, notice, question, inquire, suspect. Go down the rabbit holes of geometry, but do so with your intuition intact, because the geometry can be manipulated for the good as well as the bad. We live in a duality, and both forces have used geometry to influence human consciousness. Yes, proceed with caution. Lastly, I want to show you the hyperdodecahedron. This is super cool. The music accompanying this is super bad, but it'll stop halfway through. But I just want you to see the nesting, harmonious relationship of dodecahedron. So here we go. This is like a 2-minute little animated short. Ah, relief. So, what I love about this video is the harmony, right? The incredible brilliance of the design. It's such perfect symmetry, and it absolutely makes the argument for intelligent design, right? There's no way that these numbers, these sequences, these ratios, these harmonies exist without some kind of orchestration. And of course, that begs the question of who's orchestrating it. And that's a whole other class series. But it does inspire existential contemplation. There's no doubt about that. And that's part of why I love the geometry. So there you have it. There's your dodecahedron, keys to the universe. Enjoy. I hope to see you again, and may the force be with you.